Today we are creating a circle of light around Sean Reardon, the new mayor of Newburyport. We pray that this light extends beyond him and surrounds his family and his beloved community. Today we share a spirit of hopefulness.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we've watched, were so gallantly streaming.
When we think about that great journey that municipal government is about to embark upon, we think about the fact that we need stability, we need continuity, but we also need the ability to capture the change that lies before us and turn it into opportunity and prosperity and inclusion and success. Mr. Mayor, that's what we see here today. We see here today that despite the fact that we deal with a pandemic that has wrought unthinkable things upon our lives, we see that this morning, in this city hall, we have people that have risen up to accept the challenge of leadership in these changing times. A school committee, a city council, and yes,
and walked off to look for America. Jesse, I said as we boarded the Greyhound in Pittsburgh, Newburyport seems like a dream to me now. It took me 4 days to hitchhike from Saginaw. I come to look for America.
To which I have been elected. In accordance with the Constitution of the United States.
The laws of the Commonwealth.
The laws of the Commonwealth.
The Charter and ordinances of the City of Newburyport.
The Charter and ordinances of the City of Newburyport.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability. So help me God. John Moak. Byron Matthews. Former fellow Buckeye Lisa Mead. Our longest serving mayor in the history of Newburyport, Donna Oliver.
Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, oh, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me.
Thank you all for being here today. To my beautiful wife, Jessie, and my 3 amazing children, Sadie, Ruby, and Oliver, thank you for taking this journey with me. To the voters of Newburyport, I stand here today for you. Newburyporters have and always will be a community of doers. Citizens who see a problem and work to solve it. People who commit to service and teach our children the spirit of volunteerism, creating generations of service for years to come. The first Newburyporter I knew beyond my front door was my grandfather, Warren Oliver Page, a proud 1940 graduate of Newburyport High School. Gramps was part of what Tom Brokaw called the greatest generation, who went on to serve in the Coast Guard during World War II. Answering the call to service did not come without sacrifice. Gramps left his beautiful young bride and high school sweetheart, Margaret Ann Daly, at home, caring for the first of their 6 children. My grandmother went on to a career in nursing at Anna Jake's Hospital, where she later became the head of purchasing. My grandfather's career started in the fire department, where he rose through the ranks quickly to become the city's first permanent fire chief. He was a true-to-life example of the family comes first mantra. Gramps expected this of his firefighters, and he led by that example. When my grandmother was stricken with polio, it became his life's work looking after his Maggie. And the chief looked out for his firefighters with that same kind of servant leadership. He knew at the heart of any department in the city is the people, and you take care of the people. My father, Neil Reardon, is also an incredible leader who I observed closely from a very young age and learned many valuable lessons. When I was born, my father was not yet the legendary teacher and coach he would one day become. He was a 25-year-old education student at Salem State by day and a janitor at Anna Jake's Hospital, cleaning operating rooms by night. When I was a kid, a typical day for the life of my dad was rising at 3 a.m. and delivering the Boston Globe throughout the many city neighborhoods. He'd finish just in time for school to begin, where he would teach a classroom full of faithful 4th graders, and then end the workday coaching one of his many formidable teams. When leading people and teams of people, one of the most important lessons learned from Dad is how to put the right people in the right roles to optimize success. Aces in places is what my dad used to say, and my father was a true master of getting the most out of his players. Teams are human organizations, each player very different from the next, but played pivotal roles in executing the game plan. Each had to be coached and encouraged differently. We have so many wonderful people here working for our great city of Newburyport, and I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. For any goal to be met, any purpose fulfilled, any job well done, it begins and ends with people. It is in that spirit of service that we stand before you today, and by we, I mean myself and the other elected officials here today, asking you to get involved. I encourage you to step off the sidelines, join a city commission or board, volunteer at our schools or senior center. There is so much expertise and excellence in our exceptional city. Just imagine what this community of doers can do together. When I think of the city where I grew up, I see in Newburyport steeped in tradition and promise, family and new beginnings. It is with this common thread that we start anew, loyal to what makes Newburyport that beacon, a thriving arts community, a bustling historic downtown, a hub of industry and innovation, a hometown that puts the education and safety of our children first, an epicenter that supports local businesses, and a place where all people feel accepted, valued, and welcomed. And so we move onward forward, inspired by our history, strengthened by those who serve our community today, and confident in the bright future ahead of us. May God continue to bless our great country, our troops who defend our freedom, and our great city of Newburyport, and the people who call it home. Thank you so very much.
Mr. Mayor and all of those in leadership here in our city, you will no doubt in your duties encounter many moments where there are loud voices that can appear to crush rocks in our presence, moments of great rushing wind that will certainly draw your attention. But I would also invite you to consider the soft, silent sounds that also come and are present in our community in sometimes many ways. God's voice is heard in all of these, but most particularly in those tiny whisperings that come to us in the quietness of our hearts. And so in that spirit, let us pray.